Hi everybody, Oregon Beach Dad here, coming to you again from Lone Ranch Beach, here just north of Brookings, Oregon. Today I want to take you guys on a walk that direction. I'm going to see if I can cross that creek right there, cross that log jam. I really want to show you guys a really neat fishing spot right out there. But if you look in some of my previous videos, we took a walk down the beach to the south. But today's a beautiful day. I think it's a good opportunity for you guys to see a really cool spot. So let's go check it out. If you're wondering, it is the middle of winter. You wouldn't know it. It's January 9th, 2025. It's probably about 62 degrees out right now. Pretty nice weather for this part of Oregon. We do get these days. We do get lucky sometimes. All right, let's see if I can get across this creek without getting wet. Or getting hurt. Now this video is going to have to be one solid take. I'm not able to put this onto my computer right now and do any editing. I realize that when you start getting a bunch of footage and you start putting it onto your computer, the hard drive fills up really quick, especially when you're using 4K video. So being in a rural area, I'm still waiting for my 5 terabyte hard drive to show up in the mail from Amazon. Can't just go down to the store and buy something like that around here. And as soon as I get that, I'm going to be able to store all the content, footage, data, all that stuff in a better spot that'll allow my computer to function properly when its memory space is completely maxed out. Alright, this is a little sketch. Let's give it a try. Don't want to get wet. There we go. Yeah, that was easy. That's Lone Ranch Creek. So yeah, this is the route you're going to want to follow if you're trying to get to a good fishing spot out here, specifically for rockfish and lingcod. Now if you want to just catch perch, you can do that off the beaches anywhere here. You just surf fishing that way. You throw some bait out there on a 2-hook setup with the weight on the bottom, and you can catch perch all day long out there from any stretch of beach. But where we're going is the spot you want to get to if you want to catch lingcod and rockfish. So let's go check it out. Really low tide right now. It's not even actually low tide. That's still 2 hours out. So looks like over the course of the next several days we're going to have some excellent low tide action going on here along the coast of Oregon, Northern California. So if you're interested in tide pooling or just checking out some of the treasures the storm may have brought, it'll be a great opportunity for you guys. Try to get out there. Like I've said in previous videos, don't just watch my videos to get out. Make sure you're getting yourself out there. Make sure you get out in nature, out in the sunshine, even get out in the pouring rain if that's what it takes. But make sure you're getting yourself outdoors. It's good for the soul. Now I would love to check out some of those tide pools, and maybe we'll do that on the way back, but I really want to show you guys this spot. And I'm sure some of the locals might have a little issue with me showing some of the local secret fishing spots, but you know what? If you're coming to Brookings and you don't live here, you're spending money in our community, the least thing we could do is point you in the right direction, especially if you're here for a fishing trip. Well, we appreciate the tourism. We appreciate the economy that people bring in from out of town. So I think it's important to give you guys the right bit of information so you don't have a wasted trip. Be nice for you to come out here and catch some fish if that's your objective. All right, so pay attention. These are the rocks that you got to scramble over if you want to get out to the good fishing spot. Let's see how this goes. I do not recommend doing this when the ocean is rough. There's a very good chance you either get wet or end up in the ocean. We don't want that for anybody. Ooh, these rocks are very slippery too, so be careful. Okay. Yeah, these rocks are really slippery. Gotta pick the spot with some grip on it. All right. We're going up on that rock right there, and I'll show you how you know you're on the right rock. First of all, a lot of times there's water in here when the tide's a little higher, so you want to pay attention. If the tide's coming up, you want to know that, because if you get across here, the tide comes up, you may have a real hard time getting back across this spot. So just know that if you're coming out to this spot, know what the tides are doing. All right. A little sketchy here. All right. Now I have seen people fish in this area. You can catch fish, but it's a lot more snaggy right in here. So my suggestion is, and I can tell this rock is going to be very slippery trying to walk up. Oh boy. My suggestion is to have a very good pair of shoes with good grip, for one. But this is where we fish, right up here. What you do is you'll cast out right in that area and fish all the way through that section. There's lingcod out there, there's rockfish, that's black rocks, blue rockfish. You can catch sea trout, also known as green ling. Those are all really delicious fish, and they make great fish tacos, I'll say that much. But anybody who likes rock cod, some people just call it cod, but what it is rockfish. It's some of the best eaten ocean fish you can get. So, what do I like to use when I fish? Well, I like to use brightly colored jigs, little feather jigs. Got to be careful about getting too close to the bottom here. It can be snaggy when you get close to the edges, but there is some decent gravel out in the middle there that you don't have to worry too much about snagging on. So if you're throwing something with bait, just try to kind of aim for the middle area here. If you're going for lingcod, you're going to want a big jig. I prefer white. It's a great color for them. And you're going to want to work the edges of the rocks, the edges of those rocks over there. And with that, you're going to have to get close to the rocks, so you do risk losing your fishing gear when you're doing that. But I don't have a fishing pole with me today, unfortunately. However, I just wanted you guys to know this is the rock that we fish from. My family and I, my friends. It's a good spot. So know the regulations. They do change frequently, how many fish you can keep. And just so you're aware, and you can tell what rock this is, you see that little hole right there? You can actually stick a fishing pole in there. It's a hole that goes straight down. It'll hold your rod for you while you got your line out. That's how you know you're on the right rock here. As you can see, there's rocks all over out here. I wouldn't recommend climbing up on any of the other ones. But you see that hole? That's how you know you're at the good fishing spot on Lone Ranch Beach. So anyways, let's go check out some of those tide pools, see if I can get off this rock without sliding all the way into the water. It's pretty slick up here. Alright, I gotta try to jump this without falling because it just gets too slick. Yeah, baby. Alright. Usually it's not this slick, I'll be honest. We've had some huge waves, huge tides, and they've started growing algae on these rocks that normally don't actually get it. So, a lot of times these rocks are out of the water, but in the wintertime, not always. Okay. Sketchy. Alright. Yep. Make sure you're in good physical condition if you're coming out here. I don't suggest coming out here with beer, drinking while you're fishing. Not at this spot. I know a lot of people like to drink when they're fishing, but hey man, you want to live to see the next fishing mission, I don't suggest that. It's hard enough without drinking and getting off these rocks. So I suggest not doing that. To each their own though. Okay. Oh, almost wiped out there. Alright. Yep, just be careful. So yeah, that's a cool fishing spot. If you guys want to come out to Brookings, Oregon, catch some fish on a nice day, that's a spot to do it. Let's go check out these tide pools while I got a little bit of time left on this video. Beautiful day. Man, I love it out here. Rains like crazy, but man, when it gets nice, it is nice. I've mentioned it in the other videos. We call this the Chetco effect. It's an adiabatic wind that's coming offshore. I should say it's adiabatic heating caused by a downsloping wind. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. Whew. Alright, let's see what's out here in the tide pools. I can hear crabs crawling around already. The seaweed gets slippery. I swear I'm liable to hurt myself today. I gotta be careful. There we go. Whoa. Now, one thing I know is the tide pools don't usually have a whole lot of stuff in them if it's fresh water coming down from the creek and filling up the tide pools. So if you want to find a good tide pool, you're going to want to get to one where there's salt water in it. They don't like the fresh water. Which way? Very cool. God, if there's one thing I love it the most out here, look at that. It's Beautiful day. You guys see anybody else right in this area? It's just amazing. All right, let's go see if there's anything cool in these tide pools. You can see that one's still getting fed by fresh water right there. But down here should be a little bit more salinity to the tide pools. I didn't wear my rubber boots today. Liable to end up with some wet feet. That's okay. Let me see. Here's a neat little hermit crab here. We gotta love the hermit crabs, right? Let's see if I can get him to crawl out. Come on, buddy. Don't be scared. Boy, that's boring, huh? Well, you see his little claw there? He's in there. Little hermit crab in there. Alright. Another one just like jumped off the rocks right here. That was kind of funny. I don't know if you guys heard that. But we got a hermit crab right here. Yeah, he's hiding in there. Let's see if we can get him to come out. You guys see those baby hermit crabs right there? That's pretty cool, huh? They're all over. I think my hand's gonna get frozen before this guy comes out of here. So, you know, patience is the game when you're tide pooling. If you want your kids to like see a hermit crab or something like that, sometimes you just gotta wait for them to open up, come out of their little shell there. They don't seem to like me today. That's okay. There's another one. He's in his shell there. Maybe he'll be more friendly. Yeah? No? You want to come out, buddy? There we go. He's not so bashful. That's cool. Maybe it's a she. All right, enough of that. My hand's frozen now. Yeah, we don't have very warm ocean water out here, that's for sure. But great tide pooling, I'll say that. Definitely should have brought the rubber boots. What's really neat, I mean, you could just like lift up rocks here and find all sorts of little creatures underneath there. Look at these baby crabs. That's a weird looking one. Look, it's all white. Huh. These are really neat. Hermit crab right there. Yep, just lifted up one rock, two rocks right there. All sorts of life hiding underneath it. Really cool stuff. Let's see what else. I don't want to get trapped in here, stuck in an area I can't get out. Walking on slippery stuff. All right, what else do we have? Yeah, a lot of seaweed, obviously. But let's flip over another rock, see what we can find. This one's more of an area of fresh water. Let's see what we find under the fresh water. So that was a snail there. but you'll see after I lifted that up, there's really not much in the way of crabs or hermit crabs in there. Again, this is fresh water coming out of the creek from up there. Not as salty as some of the tide pools that have the ocean water mixed in. So if you want to find cool little creatures, stuff like that when you're tide pooling, you want to be in the salty water, not just in a tide pool that's filling up with fresh water from the creeks and streams. I mean, that sounds pretty obvious, but sometimes you might not notice. It's another snail. What's really interesting is the hermit crabs and the snails, they'll use these same shells. The hermit crabs, they'll just go and commandeer a shell that's sitting there laying by itself as they have to grow out of their old shells when they get bigger. It's kind of neat stuff, as I understand. I'm not a biologist or anything, but here's a cool shell. Let's see if we can get that without breaking it. All right. Cool, clamshell. Add it to the other 3,000 I have at home. Yeah, you can see they're everywhere. You want to come shell hunting? This is a great spot right here. I'd have to say the majority of my seashells come from tide pool areas like this. Alright, let's go over here. It's going to be really slippery, so I need to take it slow. And to be honest, I don't find a lot of cool like agates or anything on this beach. I do find some good looking jasper, but I have yet to ever find an agate down here. I'm sure there's some, but I don't find them down here very often. You see that little fish? A little sculpin, I think. He doesn't seem to mind the fresh water. That's all fresh water coming in right there. And look, we got a hermit crab over there. They seem to be doing all right in that fresh water. Wait, that one's on a mission. There's several of them in there. Seems to be a hermit crab party going on right there. All right, well, I think this video is going to be a quick one, short one. It's a beautiful day, and unfortunately, when you live out here, you got to take advantage of these nice days to get stuff done. So I wanted to make a quick trip down to the beach, get some exercise, get you guys outdoors if I could too. I really enjoy making these videos. There's a lot of people who watch them, and same subscribers that really enjoy these videos, and I understand sometimes it's pretty boring. I don't do enough editing, cutting. I'm learning that. I am getting there. It's quite a learning curve I'm finding. I used to be really good at that stuff, but everything's changed in the last 20 years. So. But I appreciate you guys watching my videos. I appreciate the nice comments. Heck, I appreciate the bad comments. Anything that can help me get better at this. If you guys have suggestions for videos, I'd love to hear it. I have a few ideas, and once I get that 5 terabyte external hard drive, I'll be able to load up on content. That's going to make it easier for the editing too, because then I can actually put the content onto the computer. Right now that computer is full. So, and I'm not one who wants to delete my old content. I really want to keep it for future videos, especially once I get the editing thing down. But yeah, man, I appreciate you guys coming along on these walks, some of these little adventures. For me, it's a ton of fun. It's really rewarding. just knowing that there's people who enjoy these videos makes it all worth it for me. Because man, is it beautiful here. My goodness. I am so lucky to call this place home. Alright, I'll let you guys watch me try to get across this log. You never know, right? That could be an interesting video. Let's hope not. Man, that's a cool rock. I love that. It's not an agate, it's not petrified wood. I just like the unique patterns that nature provides. I like that stuff a lot. Alright. Let's do this without getting hurt or wet. Let's walk the plank. Excellent. Oh no, we got one more. Yeah, sorry I don't have a fishing pole with me today. I will in future videos. I will be out on that rock that I just showed you guys out there, catching fish on video for you. It just takes too much time, man. I love fishing, I do. There's another video I want to make. My buddy's going to be steelhead fishing up on Social Security Bar. I showed you guys that place. It's on the Chetco River. He's going to be fishing for steelhead. I fully intend to make a video with that, but you know how fishing is. I need to dedicate like a whole day, because sometimes you just don't know when you're going to catch fish. So I love fishing, but man, I don't have time to sit there all day catching fish. And that's what steelhead fishing and salmon fishing is. However, rock fishing, if they're in, you're going to catch them. If they're there, you'll catch them, and you can limit it out pretty quickly on the right days. So I'm excited to do some fishing videos from that rock. Let's see if we can see it in here. That rock is right there, just below that big one. That's where we were just out at. So excellent fishing out there. And I encourage you guys to bring your fishing poles when you come to Brookings. It's worth it. It's definitely worth it. All right, let's get one last view here before I cut this video off. It's just beautiful out here. Man, look at these logs, these trees that have washed up here in the storms. This one's kind of a big one. It really got jammed up in there, didn't it? Around the back side of these rocks real quick. Yeah, again, this is Lone Ranch Beach, just a few miles north of Brookings, Oregon. I'll say it again, today is January 9th, 2025. A lot of times it's just pouring rain this time of year. Okay, don't want to fall in there and get wet. Let's see if we can jump it. Step over, yeah, that was good. Some more tide pools right in here. If you don't want to cross the creek over there. But Alright everybody, I'm actually going to cut it off now, but hey, thanks again for watching. And again, make sure you get out of the house and see this stuff yourself. Life is short. If there's one thing I've learned in life, the most valuable thing that we're ever given is time. Do yourself a favor if you're not already, and don't waste any time. Get out there and see the world. There's nothing more valuable than your time and the memories you can make with it, especially with the people you love. Alright everybody, thanks for watching.